I met my husband Craig in 1982. A couple of years later we started dating. It did take a while, but we did date, and I was nurse training at the time. I think it was 3.5 years later we got married. We basically had children quite fast. I had Sinead very soon after we got married, followed by Hannah and then Josh. So it was lovely to have 2 girls and then have a boy. And then my husband sort of just felt like he really wanted the kids to experience New Zealand, where he was brought up. So he wanted them to be out hunting and tramping and doing things that we couldn't really do in Perth. Kicking and screaming, we came along, all 5 of us landed here. Yeah, we had a great trip around New Zealand on our way up to Auckland, and then we settled here in Auckland. We'd actually been away on a ski trip actually. Took the kids and went down south, and yeah, we were snowboarding and carrying on like you do, and the kids had to come back because they had work and study, and Craig and I had an extra couple of days down the Coromandel, and we came back on the Wednesday night, unpacked the car. Then yeah, we went to bed, had a Bailey's, snuggled up, he told me he loved me, and it was just normal. We went to sleep. But then when I woke up in the morning, I don't know. I woke up and I thought something doesn't feel right. Craig's clothes that he'd got ready the night before, his suit, because he always wore a suit, was still hanging there, and I was like, oh, but he's not here. So I went to walk down to the bathroom, and then I actually saw Craig like on the ground, and I couldn't work out, like, what are you doing on the bathroom floor? Like, I didn't actually. And then I realised he was gone, you know, and as a nurse, I was like, okay, you know, I just started doing CPR, I started to scream, I was crying, I ran to the phone, I dialed the emergency number, put it on loudspeaker while I kept doing CPR, but there was just actually nothing I can do, and soon the ambulance was there, I heard the sirens coming. And that day, it would be the worst day of my whole life. It would have to be. It was confusing, it was empty. You know, if you don't have your faith, I don't know what people think. Like, it would just be so, it's traumatic enough, but when you know that, you know, you'll probably see them again, that's what you hang on to. That's like quite a comforting thought. I didn't lose my life that day. I lost my husband, I lost my best friend, but I've also known my whole life that God has a plan for me, and I can either exclude our last 26 years together and not share, or I keep those memories alive, and I'm choosing to keep them alive because it's valuable, and it is our world together. And I'm gutted that we don't have, you know, another 26 years or however long, but I'm so glad that I had the time I had. I think I struggled a lot with trying to understand where God was that day. Like, why, if I prayed for healing so fervently, and if I prayed for him to save my husband, why do some people get healed and some don't? It helped me to go, oh, okay, he isn't this big God like drawing cards and saying, okay, your turn. It's a bit like Craig wasn't well. On that day, his body couldn't fight. It's what happens with a blood clot. It moved and he died. And so I think I started to understand that although God's sovereign, he's for us, he's not against us. I think I got to that acceptance that this journey was going to be so hard with or without God, and I would rather do it with God. The beach is my favourite place, and I'll just walk and love worship music, and yeah, just love the fact that I think, rebuilding a trust. I'll keep fighting. Yeah, I'll keep fighting.